Peace and power. We're back in the book Original History of America, and this breaks down so much drive, love to tie, battle. And I believe we have a PDF for this in the library. If not, we're gonna get it up, breaking down the life of Tecumseh. Now, again, when you talk Tecumseh, it's very important, man, to know that this is your last stand, my naga. I mean, this is the last stand of the Israelites, man. Yeah, I mean, this is a major puzzle piece to breaking down what really went down, why all these wars, you know what I mean? Because when they talk Chickamauga, 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 and we got that these Chickamauga were following their headmen, dragging canoe. These Chickamauga Cherokee were a group that separated, remember, from the greater body of the Cherokee tribes during the American Revolutionary War. So someone is invading the Naga. That's being called Cherokee, or we the people. Kawaka, Kawaka, Kawaka. Almost sounds like the Kara. The Karyats, let's go. Separated. Now it said they were following who? The Cherokee followers of headmen dragging canoe. Now you dig on this dragging canoe, and it's pretty much going to link you, right about this same area of this Tecumseh. You know what I mean? Now it says that he died 1792. So if Tecumseh's war is popping off when, my naga? So 1792, Dragon Canoe died. Here we got Tecumseh War. So this is the same faction, right? The same group, the same tribe. We're just talking Israel. When you talk Tecumseh, you're just talking about the shooting star. The strange story of Tecumseh's comet, man. Remember, the comets are meteors. The comets are the meteors, the black sun prophet. I mean, we dug on this before on YouTube. 1811, a great bright comet appeared in the skies. It was visible by the sky for around 260 days, my naga. 260 days. And they got all kind of, different depictions of this comet. Now it says his name means what? Shooting star. His name ominously meant shooting star. He walked across, or he who walks across the sky, Tecumseh's brother, was a religious leader known as the prophet. Come on, my naga, what's this got to do with Israel? Or Moses and Aaron, brothers, right? Tecumseh's brother is the prophet. He predicted the solar eclipse in 1806. And why is all this popping down? Because America is at war. Because the naga is under siege. Right? So all this dragon canoe, all these Cherokee that did what? This is Dragon Canoe, right? During the American Revolutionary War and afterwards, Dragon Canoe's forces were sometimes joined by Upper Muskogee, Chickasaw, Shawnee, and Indians from the other tribes and nations, along with the British loyalists and agents of France and Spain. So in other words, all the Nagas that were in Spain, or all the Nagas that are, included in this Britain situation, I mean, you have people on both sides of all these, Cherokee, Chickasaws. You got Chickasaws that chose up. You got the Shawnee that chose up. And it seems that you have your own Israelite confederacy. Confederacy of the Chickamauga. Remember, that's just named after the Chickamauga Creek. Begin to refer to them as Chickamauga. So they're not really even Chickamauga. They're just being referred to, connected to this river of death. You dig? But this is the group that's separated. And when you get back, when you get the puzzle pieces popping, you know what I mean? You got, really, these are the Israelites, all right? Israelites were invaded in America. That's what we're talking about. You are the Naga. Columbus brought a Hebrew interpreter. Columbus brought a Hebrew interpreter to conquer Israel in America. And I'm saying this was your last stand. And if Tecumseh's name means what? Shooting star? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about, my knock? What are we talking about, my knock? Oh, shooting star. I think they would consider Tecumseh, since it's Tecumseh's war, you know what I'm saying? Since this is Tecumseh's war against the invader, and when the invader writes this 1828 Webster Dictionary, remember we're in the 1800s, right? And I'm looking at the what? 1828 Webster Dictionary, right? So at this time, who would they be calling fierce? Who are they calling violent person? Male or female? This man or woman is a dragon. Who's being fierce towards the hijack? Who's being violent towards the hijack? Who's the shooting star, the shooting meteor, the shooting comet? Who's the Tau, right? Tecumseh, Tau, Tau, Quan. We said, what is the quan? Oh man, I mean, we just surfing the wave, right? The quan, the coon is the quan, means to or stand up. Who's taking a rise? Who's taking a stand? Who's being fierce? Tecumseh, whose name literally means shooting star or dragon. And we're just talking about a dragging canoe. Who's dragging canoe? Dragon. Okay, let's go. And again, left to tie battle for the dismount. We'll just dig a little bit into this, great source. We're talking about the life of Tecumseh, the dragon, the last stand for Israel. The courteous reader, in tracing the fate of Tecumseh as depicted in the pages of his life, will not, man, we're talking about the aborigines, the Moroccan, right? Fail to observe the strong analogy between the religious settlements of the chief of the forest. So they're calling Tecumseh the chief of the forest, my naga. The trees, my naga, go home to your trees, and those of the ancient Hebrews. So there's a strong connection between how Tecumseh's rocking, the chief of the forest, and that of the ancient Hebrews. All right, the language as uttered by Tecumseh is not written by the pen of fiction. This is not fiction. It can't be. We're talking Tecumseh war, right? Merely to uphold a theory of the brain, but gathered from the archives of a people's history to support a theory of apparent truth. The present writer will not yield. I will not yield to any man in the firm belief that the aborigines of North America and the ancient Israelites are identical. Say it again. The present writer, meaning the person who's writing this, not yield to any man in the firm belief that the aboriginals of North America, it says, but North America only. Well, that's his own theory right there, but we talking the Americans. I'm saying the Naga in America, the Naga in Cali, the Naga in Arizona, the Naga in Atlanta, New York, New Mexico, you know what I'm saying, Albuquerque, you know what I'm saying, the Naga in Colorado, North America, and the ancient Israelites are identical. The writer would not yield on the firm belief that you Nagas, you aborigines, right, of North America and the ancient Israelites are the same, unless controverted by the stern authority of superior historical deductions. Man, you better come with some superior historical deductions in order to come anything contradictory to this firm belief that the aborigines of North America and the Israelites are identical. HaWah. Because you're just talking to Tecumseh or the chief of the forest, who is the Hebrew. And whatever's popping right here, it has everything to do with you. Whatever's going down with this comet, the shooting star, my naga, the Most High gives us signs, man. And the meteors are more than just meteors, but dragons. His name means shooting star. And this sign that popped off, this black sun, you know what I'm saying, set off the largest earthquake, the largest cataclysm. And my naga, what does that cataclysm got to do with the dragon, man? I'm about to fall back in Daddy Day.